Okay, so what is globalization? Well, its dictionary definition is the process by which businesses or other organizations develop international influence or start operating on an international scale, which basically means that globalization is the reason you can see a little bit of everything all over the world. However, reality is a little more complicated. Today, its benefits and consequences are starting to become more apparent, and the voices in support and against it are growing louder. So, let's see what's the deal with that. First, let's talk a little bit about the pros. If you're watching this video, it's very likely you're doing it on a smart device connected to the internet, which exists thanks to the expansion and innovation in our communication networks. If you enjoy foreign products from foreign retailers or work for a foreign company, then all of that is thanks to globalization. The promise of globalization is that with the help of international investment and cooperation, we can develop our local communities and improve our lives. And, truth be told, in some cases that is true. All of these foods and gadgets that we like come from different countries, and a free international market allows us to enjoy them. Communication and cooperation between countries and organizations can achieve great work to build infrastructure, expose cultures and practices in a larger stage, and help in conflicts or disasters. However, these benefits aren't equal across the board, like at all. There are regions of the world that are less powerful than others, stemming from centuries of colonization and imbalanced power dynamics. With globalization, these imbalances become more apparent, as more developed, richer countries and companies can throw their weight around less powerful players on the international stage. A small country can't do much when a foreign company decides it wants to start buying up all the land, taking all the resources and displacing the communities that have been living there for many years. Some would argue that this is actually a good thing, as it brings in money and development, but those positive effects are rarely felt by the local communities and go directly to the richer folk who they themselves might also be foreign or work for the company causing all the harm. With the current state of capitalism, which is uncomfortably linked with globalization, it's easy for powerful people to exploit this system and, for example, start raising prices all around, cutting costs, and accelerating environmental destruction with little way to stop them, especially when organizations that are supposed to stop them can be easily bribed. And now, even the more developed countries are starting to feel these effects, as these powerful people are now starting to buy up more land and expand operation into these countries. Things like rent prices going up, gentrification, water scarcity, contamination, unemployment, and a worsening quality of goods and services can be attributed to these practices. In my ideal world, trade and relations between people would happen directly between individuals and communities, without government or companies acting as middlemen. No borders or currency, no laws dictating what we can and can't do, no companies manipulating and censoring the internet and the media, no large-scale operations destroying the environment. It will be just us people producing locally what we're gonna eat and what we're gonna use. And if someone from the other side of the world wants something from us, we can just trade some of our products with some of their products. With a free internet, all sorts of information and knowledge would be available to us, so we could develop our communities at our own pace to accommodate our needs, not at the pace someone else on the other side of the world dictates for their interests. However, I recognize this type of ideology is a little bit too far out there for many people, for most people. So, like, what can we realistically do to improve our current situation? Well, on one side, I believe that personal actions can make an impact, and there are many small actions you can take. Choosing to buy locally, supporting small businesses and artists, joining community groups, stuff like that. However, I think it's also important to keep your eye on the international stage. Just because you want to help your local community doesn't mean interacting with other people is useless. In general, it's good to keep yourself informed and cooperating and coordinating with groups from other parts of the world can help keep governments and companies in check. And if we know what type of bullshit these elites are getting into somewhere else, we can more effectively take action against them. Any power we take away from them is power we can keep to improve our communities according to our needs, not someone else's. And the sooner we can take action, we can ensure a better world for our future generations.